What's happening? What's happening? Weekly check-in. My TikTok audience. Just sitting here, I was just thinking about gambling, and I was thinking about some of the atrocities that gamblers have to face, and the legalities that this country has went through to put their citizens in harm's way by making gambling so legal. So that's what the topic is about now, gambling. And it's a special thing for me today to commemorate 9/11. I remember where I was at when that happened. I definitely wanted to get this video in before the clock strike 12. So depending on wherever peoples are at in the world, I'm on Central Time where I'm at. And I was thinking about this guy a couple years back in Vegas that was out of the window shooting down into the concert or whatever. They killed all them peoples in Las Vegas. And after them doing investigations on what happened, the guy ended up being a compulsive gambler. He had lost all his money. He came to the realization that he was just in dire straits, that he just felt the need to do something ignorant to harm people. So gambling, just thinking about gambling and thinking about my experiences with gambling, I never won. Not that I didn't win, but gambling sets you up to believe that you're winning when you're actually losing. So I always try to incorporate the godly aspect into things, because that's just who I am. And God tells us that gambling ain't good for us. It ain't good because it gives you the hope factor. I hope I this, I hope it gives you, it's kind of associated with magic. People who believe in magic or whatever. But anyway, gambling, when I first started gambling, I used to, be in the streets, and, you always try to do the best you can do with trying to come up with money, especially when you're young and you get a taste that big money bring big popularity. So I started gambling. I was hustling in the streets or whatever, so I just started gambling, and people used to always tell me, man, you lucky, blah, 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 you lucky. And you let that go to your head. So I started out with dice. As a matter of fact, that always been my only gambling habit, was dice. And I could go and make 1,000 and sometime gamble and make another 1,000, just like that. It might take me a week to get that 1,000, but it might take me an hour or two to get that 1,000 gambling. So it gives you the idea that you can win gambling. And I seen gambling bring on depression. I seen gambling bring on drug habits. I seen gambling turn certain women into prostitutes, and male turn certain males into doing things that they wouldn't do sexually just to be able to feed this monster, gambling. So gambling is an atrocity to humankind. If you look at it, I speak about it all the time. My people are from Mississippi. Mississippi is one or two. I want to say one, but it might be two behind Kentucky, the poorest state in the United States. But they got casinos everywhere. Casinos are everywhere. So let's think about who making the money off of this gambling. You're going in, pulling slot machines, you playing cards, you playing blackjack and all these games in the casino, and you building up the idea that you actually this close to winning. But just think about who getting all that money. Like in the movie Casino, how we seen them go in the back room, the count room, and trim off the money and get they little cut and take that to the mob bosses who running these casinos or whatever. And now it might not be mob bosses because of what the FBI was able to do to them with gambling, but you look at the power that they had, Bugsy Siegel and all these people that created Las Vegas. You look at the power these people having and being able to brainwash the basketball referees. We look at the point score, the point shaving. We look at all this stuff. We look at how Las Vegas set the points for a football game, a basketball game. And it's all a part of getting your money. It's all a part of trapping you to make you think that you actually got a chance at winning when you ain't got a chance at winning. I think I know one or two people that probably have won a lottery for like maybe 500,000 or 600,000. But once the government get they cut off the money, imagine these people getting to cut off your money. You the winner, and they getting cut off your money. It's the similarities are the same. They put you on a 30-year mortgage, 35-year mortgage now to pay for a house. And then after you get done paying for the house, you never really own it. Even though you own it, you still got to pay taxes on it every year. It's the same thing with the gambling. You win a big jackpot, they get a big cut. And they continue to feed this monster. They continue to do that. So we thinking about this gambling, man, and the effect that it has on people mental to always think. You know, you got certain people might got $20. They don't even talk about going out to get a pack of meat anymore. They might go get a pack of cigarettes for $10 and a lottery ticket. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's just how it is. That's just how society and, you know, set up. That's how it is down here where I'm at in Florida, in this only peninsula state. You know what I mean? So I wanted to touch up on that and just, you know, just think about the gambling and how it has broken down people. And it took me a while to understand this ain't my cup of tea. You know, I started losing, and when I lost big. I would lose maybe like $1,500, $2,000. And then I have got in a situation where I have took people money, gambling, like winning, took their money, throwing dice, and then I could see the disparity on their face. I could see the things that, the pain that it brings, it brought to these people or whatever. And it has brought me a lot of pain as well. And it has definitely brought a lot of other people that I know some pain. So you think about how they exploit us with gambling, again, with the sports, with the casinos, with the, whatever it is, that's involving gambling. We can almost say the housing boom that they're going through, it's a gamble. They moving up prices or whatever. You know, the prices of drugs go up and go down. It's like a gamble. You know, if you get caught with this or that, it's like a gamble. Everything almost coincides with gambling. You know, and I thought about that. So just gambling and being involved with that, it ain't no good. If you know somebody that's doing it and you try to tell them we don't have the audacity to say, hey, because there isn't one sin greater than the other unless you don't believe in God or something like that. You understand? If you do a certain crime and you go to your Lord and he forgive you. If you do a certain crime and you go to the courts or whatever, they might give you a little pat on the hand because it ain't that serious. You understand what I'm saying? But this gambling thing can put a lot of people in the disparity of just thinking like they just can't get up. Man, I can't win, man. I ain't never lucky, man. Blah, 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 blah. They just keep going on and on and on. If I had that one more number, if this or that, you understand what I'm saying? So, you know, going back home, when I go to my mama and father home state, and I call Mississippi my home state because that's my origin. And to just see, you can see how it is, man. It's just a flat land. It's just the flatlands, man. It ain't got no big hills and places or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, you just see, and then boom, you go to these cities and there go a big, pretty, multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar casino right there. And these people that's living in these rural areas just go in there and just keep the lights on. They keep the water on. They keep the food coming in because they the one paying for it. And like I say, it's all a sham. You know, it's all a sham and a scam. That just came to me. It's a sham and a scam. You know what I'm saying? So down here in Florida, we have this lottery, and it's just a booming thing down here in the state, you know, because this is a tourist attraction where I live or whatever. So, you know, I wanted to just do that. I wanted to get a little bit more in tune to what I'm doing here with TikTok. I got to be a little bit more in step with like how I'm doing over the Facebook. I got to be a little bit more in step over here. So I just wanted to come in and talk about gambling. I want to talk about the horrors of gambling. I want to say again, rest in peace to all the terror victims of 9/11. Rest in peace to all the people that